Welcome to a world of wonder. Wow. I'm Judy Julin, founder of Cosmic Kids and CEO of Engage Enterprises, where it's all about creative collaboration in the world today. And right now you're in the midst of Cosmic Kids, a place for 6 to 9-year-olds at Agape International's Revelation Conference 2013 at the Burbank Marriott. I'm here with Reverend Leon Campbell, who's head of Youth and Family Programming for Agape International, and we're going to be interviewing some of the latest and greatest scientists, child development specialists, and those people out there on the front lines doing cutting-edge stuff in the fields of education and parenting. And today we have Tyler Thurman with us, who's going to talk about vortex-based mathematics. My goodness, it's all about complementary integrated academics. Think about it. It's a game changer. And we're going to ask him a lot of questions about how he got involved with it, why, and what it's going to mean to us in the world of education. So sit back and relax. We've got lots of special guests coming up. Right now, the kids are just about ready to come into Cosmic Kids, a wonderland where they play, learn all about self-discovery, imagination, creativity, mindfulness, emotional intelligence, and it's fun. So we're glad you're here.
I'm so delighted for this new wave of just great people that are emerging to bring forth such a whole new way of thinking about how to love and take care of our children, how to educate them, and how to bring forth this beautiful emergence that's taking place on the planet. And I'm just really excited about it. So Judy and I are working on some great stuff that you're going to really love. So, but we want to also talk to and share with Tyler.
So we're here in Los Angeles doing what needs to be done, which is something that is happening all over the planet. And so on this fractal micro scale here, we are doing a lot of things that are very interesting. One of the things that I work with is called Vortex-based mathematics. And any one of you guys can go on YouTube, Google it, whatever, at VBM or Vortex-based mathematics. And what that is and why you should be interested in it is because, have you ever heard of something called the Bible Code? Or even fractal or sacred geometry or anything like that? What you're going to find is that this is a language of our forever ancestors. And this language has recently been decoded out of the scriptures of the Bible, the Torah, out of the Sanskrit scriptures, as well as the Baha'i faith. I mean, we can keep going. We can keep going. We can even look at the pyramid structures from Africa to China to Atlanta to Mexico. And the same geometry is found in all these different structures and all these different apparently separate cultures. So the underlying message and purpose of vortex-based mathematics, as we call this ancient language and spiritual understanding of life, what it is it's showing us that we are all one. And there's a point in time that all apparent separate cultures on this planet they all knew the same thing.
You know, Tyler, this sounds absolutely fascinating. But tell us why this new math, this vortex math that you're talking about, tell me why we need to know about this.
Well, it completely transcends duality. And I think spiritually, everything is about triangulation. You know, it's always been the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, you know? And even in our regular temporal life, it's the Mother, the Father, and the Child. You know, so everything's based on three. There's warm, there's cold, and there's medium in between, left, right, and center. And so spiritually, understanding that when we even just look at the biology, at the physiology here, the left side or the right side was not born before the center. They both came out of the center.
Beautiful.
And so there's a mathematics that actually says that common sense. We don't look at regular mathematics as we're taught in school today to relate to the metaphors that we just talked about right now that are common sense. This math relates to that and also bridges into the technical world of technological applications of from computers to energy. So
That's what I find so fascinating.
And music.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't vortex-based math really take it from a linear 1 + 1 = 2 and moves the whole concept of academics and mathematics into a hologram, which is really a template for who we are and our interactions with the universe.
And it's so interesting because when we analyze this math, and which was recently in our time, in our age, it was rediscovered, rehydrated, as we like to say, by a gentleman named Marco Rodin, and a very dedicated spiritual man, and dedicated to humanity and preserving this for all the children and all the people on this planet to become the stewards of the universe, which is actually what it says about this math in the Baha'i scriptures when it is applied to our society. But the pattern that's actually in the math, you guys got to know this, is 1 doubled is 2, 2 doubled is 4, 4 doubled is 8, 8 doubled is 16, but 1 plus 6 equals 7, right? 16 doubled is 32, but 3 plus 2 equals 5. 32 doubled is 64, 6 plus 4 is back to 1 again. So it will always continue. That's 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. That pattern is infinity locked to 6 discrete locations. So infinity now loops back in upon itself. And that has to relate to the holographic nature of karma, and also the holographic nature of science and how this nature is constructed. So,
It's going to change everything.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
It's a game changer.
everything.
It's life changing. But how did you get involved in this? What pulled you to get involved in such a very spiritual and I think it's on the level of Einstein and Tesla and all that. So how did you get involved in this?
Well, oftentimes Marco Rodin is actually put on the same level as Tesla, as far as Tesla figured out electricity like no one else in our time has.
Yes.
Marco with this math has completed the equation and figured out magnetism. And there's an old quote that says this: "He who controls magnetism wins the game." And so basically, similar to your background, how I got into this was not only did I began to have spiritual experiences and started to see different things that apparently shouldn't be happening in this reality, whether it be ancestors coming back and things like that. Not only that, but I had a background in music. My dad's an accomplished musician and always raised me to love and appreciate music. And so in my career, when I became a professional musician, professional producer, and worked with talented music producers like Teddy Riley and various other people, I began to see firsthand on stage the power of music. And I also began to feel my responsibility as a musician or a person who is on stage, the responsibility that you have to actually, not only keep the people in a certain frame of mind, but to facilitate where we're going. And so that took me to really be inspired to want to understand the old saying that I've always heard, which is music is the key to life. And I've always heard people say that, and I know it's deep because all the old sayings that like grandmothers and everyone always said, they always rings true back again. So that was one of them for me. And so I went on a quest to understand how is music actually the key to life. And I found Vortex-based mathematics along the way.
So share with us, what would this do to our current state of mathematics? In other words, will this enhance it? Will this continue to erase it from
that's
landscape? Or
yeah. Well, no, it wouldn't erase it at all. What it actually does is it does what all this you guys see set behind us here, the cosmic kids, right? It's about whole being integration, right? And so in mathematics and in life, there's so many different separate things. There's chemistry, then there's little pieces of chemistry which are separate. There's little different fields of mathematics. There's different fields there's music, but then there's other things, right? It combines everything into one living language. That is the power of it. When you begin to understand it from the fundamental level, and you can not only go from, doubling 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, and then you can go halving, and you see how the actual multiplication tables are like your fingers. They're absolute mirrors. And you'll see how numbers spatially begin to orient themselves naturally. Then you see how music intervals and doubling and how that relates to actually with direction, then you start to see how that relates to actual geometry and platonic solids, which is your chemistry. Then you start building that together, and you start seeing martial arts, movement, dance, because it's all about the movement, basically trying to complement the pathway of least resistance, which brings it back to the spirituality and the consciousness.
And as George Todt so artfully said, and articulately so, it's complementary, integrative academics, and it's the next phase of our new schools. So it's new schools and new enrichment, and that's just the kind of thing that we're showcasing on this platform that we're offering through World of Wonder and Wow.
And one more thing that George Todt said that really, hey guys, that really, I need to repeat is imagine children who can grow up in a world or an environment where they're not taught that the sun rises and the sun sets, because that's not actually true. What if you're actually taught that you're spinning and the sun is actually, seems to be setting and rising? So there's a difference in perspective, which gives you a much more broader view to be receptive and to integrate, once again, more of a triangulated template for assimilating information.
Okay. Wow.
Very well said.
Yeah, I know. No, it's absolutely fascinating.
And it's funky too,
Yeah.
super funky. I mean, this is just, we're just, using words here. We can do it with feeling,
Yeah, because it takes us from, like Judy referred to earlier, from a linear space to this multi-dimensional connection. And as you talk about it, I'm beginning to understand it more and more and more. So it's absolutely powerful. I'm excited about it.
Me
Absolutely
too.
excited. Yeah.
I'm honored to share it with you guys, because it's that time.
Yeah.
Now is the time, and we appreciate everybody coming together.
So how are you bringing this to the public, to the general public? What are you doing now to bring this out into the world?
What we're focused on doing is creating multimedia, creating content through feature film, through documentary, and through educational curriculum in video, to share it with the public and do it in a creative, fun way. And so the website that we're populating right now is vbmproject.com, and that will be a main hub for this information. But once again, for the time being, just go on YouTube, go on Google, and just have yourself a blast and see all the thousands of people around the world who are backyard scientists, who are physicists at NASA, who are building technology based upon this mathematics and are doing things that should not be happening. But simultaneous to that, being that this is a spiritual awakening, what we're actually doing right now is something really important. It's so beautiful, because we're here at the Revelation Conference right now. The theme is Beyond the Beyond, right?
Beyond, and back.
And we have a special guest here, but we ain't going to show you who it is right now. But what we're doing is something called the Beyond Evolution Project. For everyone who's ready to go beyond evolution, or where everyone believes it has been for a long time, right? And so within this format of the Beyond Evolution, we're actually doing public events right now, where we're gathering people of any age group. Everyone's welcome to come and participate. And we're talking about everything from eating healthy to interesting techniques in your dreams, and a variety of other things for self-improvement, self-enhancement, and your own holistic self, as well as understanding how intuitively, spiritually, you do know science, and that God is the illest scientist and the most beautiful, funkiest musician. And so how all that kind of coalesces into going into Beyond Evolution.
Yeah.
Great.
That's powerful. That's powerful.
Fantastic.
I like to say it this way, because I love the theme of this year's Revelation Conference, which is Beyond and back. Is when you go beyond your circumstances, your situations, and the appearance of things, the diagnosis, prognosis, etc., you begin to see that we're far more than just human. We're far more than just any opinion or fact. We're far more than any statistic. And when you begin to see and step into who we really are when you go beyond, you begin to see how magnificent, how powerful, how resilient, how great we are. And I like to say it this way, all you could really say is wow.
Wow.
Yes.
And another aspect of WOW that I absolutely love, which we are epitomizing here, is creative collaboration.
Yes.
And that's what I'm so excited about, because in this series of talks that we're going to be sharing, we'll be bringing on the most creatively collaborative minds in the field of education and parenting, enrichment, spiritual practice. And we are so happy to be partnering now with GwenNetwork.com, which is a fantastic social, collaborative, digital platform that's going to allow large groups of people to come share content, share information, and in a very social, collaborative way, help to transform the world together. So we're very happy. Watch for GwenNetwork.com. It's launching in May. And then this fall coming up is Shift Us. It's evolution, revolution, all about the energetically sensitive kids in our midst and how we can, through complementary, integrative academics, what they're doing with Reverend Leon Campbell at Agape International, what Tyler's doing with Vortex-based math and Beyond Evolution Project. These are things that are creative collaboration. It's about coming together and sharing this incredible information at this incredible time.
Beautiful.
And you're such a great facilitator for all that too, because you put your heart and soul into into something that is so, it's like an SUV with unlimited seats, but it's eco.
Yeah.
Everyone can come and play
Yeah.
and resonate with the cosmic kids.
Beautiful. So thank you, Tyler. Thank
Yes,
you for being
thanks,
with
Tyler.
us. And much success.
Thank you.
Much love and congratulations for everything that you're doing, because I could tell you're touching a nerve because as a musician, a lot of musicians say it has a ring to it. It has a high vibrational ring to it. And this Vortex math does have a high ring to it. So thank you so much.
Respect. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Love. Salute. One love.